What's the meaning of yoga to you, Matthew?
I can give a partial answer, and I hope it's useful. First, it's very important to say that yoga arises from the wellspring of passion and wisdom that is India, but from many places within India over many hundreds of years, if not thousands. And it is now a global, syncretic, hybridized set of techniques for breaking patterns, breaking behavioral patterns, breaking inefficient patterns of movement, inefficient patterns of breathing, inefficient patterns of communicating, inefficient patterns of organizing our internal psychology. Often the Patanjali Yoga Shastra is quoted as being kind of the central text of the modern postural yoga movement. And the entire focus of Patanjali's work is to first describe and then discuss the means by which the patterns that we live by, especially those patterns that are recurrent, entrenched, unconscious, how they might be alleviated by turning our attention towards something that's a little bit more stable inside of us. So I think what's very important for me always is to consider yoga as a tradition, but as a tradition with many, many streams and very few boundaries, and as a tradition that in a way resists tradition whenever it pops up. If we think about tradition as being a set way of doing things in our lives, a way that we have conditioned ourselves to either move or breathe or think or discuss, yoga always seems to come along to disrupt patterns at various points in history. And I think on the simplest level, for the day-to-day practitioner, it might be the matter of, the patterning of forward head carriage or, internal rotation of the humerus bones. It might be a lack of stability in the hip joints. It might be the effects of an overly sedentary life and all of the internal tensions that build up with that. And then all the way up to the most complex level, I think that yoga offers a way of thinking about things that is like absolutely dedicated to discovering where we're simply spinning our wheels, where we are having recurrent thoughts, recurrent self-ideas, recurrent self-perceptions, things that trap us into boxes. So I think that might be the simplest answer, is that yoga is whatever breaks open the box. And that box can be the box of your social identity. It can be the box of how you feel your body to be objectified. I don't think it's any mistake that 80% of the world's yoga practitioners are women. And the box might be a set of beliefs that you either have about how the world works or should work or how you should be, especially beliefs about how you should be, I think, because it's very easy for beliefs about how you should be to actually be internalizations of some kind of external power. And I think yoga always pushes back against that. If there's some kind of external power that is rolling the shoulders forward and drawing our attention towards digital media 24/7, yoga resists that. If there's a kind of power mentally that leads us towards categorical thinking, yoga resists that and says, there's always another view. If there's a way in which, we are in a box of psychological repetition, yoga always offers this opportunity to understand the ephemeral nature of the emotions. So, yeah, whatever gets out of the box.